Still tracking it, as we said. This is going to be the waiting game for everything to switch over. The cold air is the first to invade, and I'm sure you have felt it if you've been outside at any point this morning, especially early this morning and then just before lunch, because the difference is just amazing. This cold air making a huge impact. So our threat index still holding at 2. Rain to ice to snow, the rapid freeze, the hazardous travel, all that we've been talking about for days now, still in the cards. It's 35 degrees in Lexington, so we've still got cold rain. We're just not quite cold enough, although you may have a little bit of a mix in western counties. The temperature just incredible, though. We were at 59 degrees past midnight early this morning before that Arctic front got in here. So we're down to 35 degrees. We've dropped almost 25 degrees, and we could see a 30 to close to 40-degree temperature drop over 24 hours here between our high this morning where we're going to bottom out tonight. But that doesn't do anything compared to our greatest 24-hour temperature drop ever, 64. We went from 44 degrees to 20 below back in January at 63. So thank goodness we're not doing that. We've got sufficient enough cold air to get some winter weather going. Look what's happening. It is 63 in Pikeville. It is below freezing in E-Town. Here's the trouble spot. Here's where we've been getting reports of mixed precipitation. The 24-hour temperature change shows we've had a 30 to 35-degree drop over the last 24 hours. As that colder air has come in, look at this, still dealing with rain. But as soon as you hop west, you're getting these indications of mixed precipitation. Some light icing, Shelby County down through Bowling Green. This will gradually track east. But what's also happening here, what I've been keeping an eye on this morning, models are hinting at it and the radar is starting to show it, a bit of a dry slot. We have extensive rain east, but then you've got this drier air that's cutting in. This is going to help limit ice accumulation through the early afternoon. We'll still see some, just won't be a whole lot. And then as you get into later on this evening, here's that wraparound heavier snow. Paducah's been under it for hours. This is a 6-hour loop, and you can see it, ice and snow continuing to come down across western Kentucky. Roads are a mess out there. So our winter storm warning holds. Winter weather advisory east. It extends down southwest and all the way up to New York State. Here's the future track showing that gradual transition. It's even keying in on that dry slot right there. So a little bit of light icing through the early to mid-afternoon, and then the main round of snow gets going late afternoon into this evening. This is where we have the best potential for accumulation. And since we're getting that little bit of a dry slot, that's going to help limit the accumulation of ice and just maybe cut down on the snow a hint as well. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that. We've had reports of a few tenths of an inch of icing into western Kentucky, and again, we may see a few hundredths to a few tenths on our western side of our viewing area. And still around that 3 to 6 inch snowfall much of the area. I think it's going to be much harder to realize that 4 to 8 up into parts of Ohio and south and west. But we're going to get snow. And the roads are going to be nasty because we've talked about this already, how it's going to get cold tonight and then just stay cold. So everything that comes down tonight hangs around. And you're going to want to be just extra cautious on the roads, especially for that evening commute overnight and into early Saturday morning, Chris.